Bill Schuler always says before we take off, every single time, let's not have any unintentional landings. And what he means is, if you take off, you are going to land. You just got to decide if you're landing where and when you want to. Concorde, clearance delivery, Bonanza November 8046 Juliet at terminal ramp. Like to pick up IFR, please.
Bonanza 8046 Juliet, Concorde, ground. You are cleared to Hotel Quebec Uniform Airport via the Knights 2 departure, then radar vectors as filed. On departure, maintain 3000, expect 6000, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency is 128.32, squawk 5735.
Cleared Hotel Quebec Uniform via the Knights 2 departure, climb maintain 3000, expect 6000, 10 minutes, 128.32 for the frequency, 5735 for the squawk for 8046 Juliet.
Bonanza 8046 Juliet, read back correct.
This is a very complicated departure. So we're going to do a climbing turn at 150 degrees, 2400. Concorde ground, Bonanza 8046 Juliet, ready to taxi with Mike.
Bonanza 8046 Juliet, you can make a right turn and then you'll see an Archer coming in Alpha 6, give way to the Archer and then taxi to runway 20 via Alpha 6 and Alpha.
Roger that, we'll give way to the Archer and then we'll taxi Alpha 6 Alpha, runway 20, 8046 Juliet, thank you. That means do not, for you non-aviation people, do not run over the Archer. Alright, we're going to do a quick little run up, make sure all systems are go. Make sure we're ready for the track. Don't want to be out here smoking the tires. Pull the prop a couple times. Little mag check action. Make sure both our ignition systems are ready. And Concorde Tower, Bonanza 8046 Juliet, ready to go at 20. So what y'all can't see is, the reason they gave me a Knights 2 departure, what that is basically from here with a radar vector, is that is a set of parameters that establishes minimum climb. There are two enormous towers off the end of this runway, off the opposite endway, runway 2. It looks like from sitting here on this end of the runway, it looks like two goalposts you got to fly through. And they're consequently almost 1,000 foot tall. So what that means is your plane performance has to be capable of climbing X number of feet per nautical mile in order to take off from this runway, or you'll crash into those towers. This is pretty, and it even tells you.
Skylane 2001 Romeo, hold short of Alpha 6.
It tells you with standard takeoff minimums and a normal 200 foot per minute nautical mile graduate takeoff this curve, no later than 1,200 feet private to the end of the runway. 150 3000, cleared to take off runway 20, 8046 Juliet. Thank you. Alright, so what he's going to make me do is make a left turn so I don't run into Charlotte's airspace. Climb maintain 3000, and means we get to enjoy it. Now, this is my favorite part of flying. Well, one of my favorites. My favorite part is landing, but taking off is almost like drag racing. You get some smoky horsepower. Put this baby out there, get it on the center line. 2 twists of the throttle. Give her the full dingy wingy.
Concorde Tower, King Air 127, Tango Alpha, visual 20.
King Air 127 Tango Alpha,
Looking for
Concorde Tower,
71 knots.
runway 20, cleared to land.
There she is. Give her a little rotation.
20, cleared to land.
Out of usable runway, landing gear is up. Can see the racetrack from here already. That's pretty awesome.
Bonanza 8046 Juliet, contact Charlotte departure, see you.
Over departure. departure, 846 Juliet. Thank you for your time. They're flying over the racetrack as we speak. Get her trimmed in. Good afternoon, Charlotte departure, Bonanza 8046 Juliet off the field at Concord, 1,800 for 3,000.
November 8046 Juliet, Charlotte departure, radar contact.
See if we can get y'all some footage of the racetrack.
Minus 1 November Golf traffic, 12 o'clock, 8 miles, just part of Concord, turning southeast of Bonanza, currently 2,000, climbing up to 3,000.
Looking for traffic 221 November Golf.
46 Juliet, traffic 9 o'clock, 8 miles, southwest bound, is going to get applied at 4,000.
Roger, that will be looking at 846 Juliet. See the whole downtown city of Charlotte from here. Beautiful flying afternoon. They're going to fly us out here south way out of the way so we can miss Charlotte's airspace. Don't worry, we're going to get to some racing. The taking
8081 Lima, IFR cancellation received, squawk VFR, have a good evening.
the taking off of
Charlotte approach beach at 808.
taking off in Class Bravo airspace is a little busy. A lot of planes.
Beach at 8085 Tango, I'm just going to give you 46 Juliet, turn right heading, 2.80.
280, 846 Juliet.
180, 46 Juliet, 180 heading.
180, 846 Juliet. That was me wishful thinking. I wanted to go 280 because they have me heading completely the wrong way. Like I'm headed to the East Coast. I'm going to dip my toes in the sand in about 26 minutes. You guys want to have any, if you want to have an idea about how many planes
North Shore 339,
there are around
4,000.
4,000, North Shore 339.
There's about
Beach at 85 Tango, descend to
46
maintain 5,000.
airplanes within a 10-mile range of where we're at. Go ahead and give her a little full boogie action. And not quite ready for full boogie. There's like one enormous cloud in the sky, and they're going to vector me through the cloud.
November 8046 Juliet, proceed on course, Hotel Quebec uniform.
On course, 8046 Juliet, thank you. What that means is they have cleared us.
Charlotte Citation 70 Kilo Hotel is coming level.
They have cleared us for a right turn to home.
Hotel, Charlotte approach radar contact, climb maintain 7,000, 10 out approach 124.0.
And now we'll go full boogie.
2040 Kilo Hotel.
Alright, let's see if we can get to some stuff we're supposed to talk about before I run my battery out. Now we're cruising down the river. Should clear us up to our altitude pretty soon. Probably not far out of the Bravo. Alright, let's talk about... We'll do the intro now that we've taken off and haven't killed us. I still don't know what we're going to name this thing. Right now we're calling it In the Air with Stevie Fast Jackson, KTR. We're about 5,000 feet over Charlotte. Just left ZMAX Dragway. Just finished up running the NHRA Pro Modified race at ZMAX. We'll get to some recap.
Calculated ports in sight for 331 November Golf.
I'm sorry, 1 November Golf, say again?
We've got the airport there in sight, and we can go ahead and cancel with you. I know we're still in the Bravo here. If we can get lower, we'll just cancel with you at 1800.
1 November Golf, you won't tell anyone, I won't tell anyone. You're close enough for me. Register IFR cancellation received, squawk VFR, good day.
Let's go VFR for exchange approved, 331 November Golf. Appreciate that.
I never get that lucky. They're always like, hell no, stay out of the Bravo. Children's airplane. We'll get to recap in Charlotte in a little
North
bit.
Shore 339, disseminating 3,000, advise when you get in row in sight.
And we'll back up to some of the questions we actually had on our last YouTube comment. YouTube comments on our last video. Some questions that you guys had. Then we're going to talk about some No Mercy stuff, and then we'll get to a Charlotte recap. So the first in the air episode, I think went pretty well. I get a little long-winded, so like a lot of times I'll just be rambling on, flying around. Oh, look, there's a squirrel, but my attention span is about this long, so you guys will have to be patient with me. As you know, as I said in the first episode, flying around to some races, pretty much only free time. I work 18 to 20 hours a day, 7 days a week, 340 days a year. So we're going to use some of the flight time.
85 Tango, turn 15 degrees left.
15 left, 85 Tango.
We're going to use some of the flying time when conditions are good. It's not very busy, and it's not bumpy, and I'm not killing myself or others to talk about some Q&A, as well as we're going to try to keep you guys more update with the racing program instead of being so sporadic and less consistent. Got a question from Zachary Fisher. What kind of Hemi do you run? Obviously, it's not a Holine or a AJP. Is it a Noonan?
Making 468, you've reached this frequency and air, return to your last 10 frequency.
We run a different engine depending on which car. Shadow has a BAE 4.8 bore space, 521 Hemi. NHRA car, we run that type of combination. Right now we're running a 4.9-inch bore space Noonan engine, a CFH engine.
November 5 Bravo Papa, proceed direct Rock Hill, descend pilot's discretion, maintain 3,000.
Also, it's just a little bit more bore space of an engine. We run a lot of different combinations, so that's a kind of a given where we're at. Got a fighter jet off our nose.
3,000, direct Monroe.
2,000 feet below us, closing at a rate of speed that is absolutely astonishing. I know it's a fighter jet by the tail number. But that's really a loaded question as far as engine, depending on which car, which weekend. Whatever we think we have the best shot at winning is what we run, and there's not a lot more to it than that. JD says, love when I get interrupted by the comm. This is awesome for those of us with non-aviation backgrounds. That radio is your lifeline to ATC, other pilots, and the ground-based navigation stuff. So you'll see me normally when they're talking, I shut up. Even if they're not talking to you, they may be talking to somebody that's close to you. A lot of times I can see weather cells.
Number 1 shot, radar contact 2 north of McShine. I'm making V4 at or below 5,000.
A lot of times I can see weather cells, but I don't really know what's in them. I have onboard radar, but you'll hear pilots giving a PI rep.
No short 339. Don't forget to cancel IFR. Racer terminate, change advisory.
Or you'll hear them give them some advice on when.
Jumper 1, contact approach 126.15.
And that's something that you want to hear. So yeah, it is funny when you're trying to talk and they keep hollering at you. All right, we got a question about what type of plane they're working on. Jamie Brearley is working on a private pilot license. What am I flying in the video? What kind of engine? How many engines? How much horsepower? Top speed? Love the format. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm flying a Beechcraft F33A right now. I bought this cream puff in pristine shape, only needing a few things. All it needed was an engine, interior, paint.
46 Juliet, climb maintain 6,000.
6,000, 46 Juliet. Avionics, radios, pretty much everything, but the aluminum, again, is good. So, since I bought it, I upgraded the panel, made it a very capable IFR airplane. Gotta swap fuel tanks. Redid the interior. I have ordered an engine. The engine is needing to be replaced at this time. Got an engine coming, and I'm hoping to paint it. I can't find an aviation paint shop that'll paint my airplane. Kind of like everything else, COVID has every shop in parts manufacturing or service is behind, and I can't find anybody that wants to paint my plane. I don't want like a cheese ball paint job, so I want the hotness. And everybody that quotes me on a paint job either says that we can do it in 10 years, or we don't want to do it, or they price it out so cheap that I know it's going to be like a Mako paint job. So if anybody out there think about I want this thing to look like a race car. So if you paint airplanes and you like money and you want to actually paint one, please contact me. I've been told no I feel like I'm trying to buy heroin or something, trying to like get somebody to paint my plane. They just like won't answer your phone call. They don't want to talk to you. It's like you're breaking into doing something illegal. This thing's got an IO 550. It's a 300 horsepower Continental 6-cylinder.
I Bravo Papa, I-14 station received, squawk B for a good day.
It's the biggest engine this STC to put in this plane, and it's the most powerful. So kind of like me. I wish they'd let me do like a LS swap to it or something, but nobody in the FAA has a sense of humor. When I tell them I want to build 3,000 horsepower airplane, they're like,
Approach 8085
can't do that with this. What else? One engine, top speed, depends on tailwind, runs about 200 miles an hour, a little faster. True's out 176, 177. It's a really good flying, stable airplane. It's the Bonanza F-33A. It's not the fastest. It won't carry the most. It's not the most nimble, but it's 85% good at everything. I've hauled superchargers and cylinder heads and engine blocks in the back, so it has a pretty good useful load. It'll take off in a short runway. It'll land in a short runway.
Shit 85 Tango, traffic, 10 o'clock, 4 miles, westbound. Altitude indicates 1,700.
Looking at the 85 Tango.
I've landed it on a grass strip. It's pretty quick and pretty nimble, and it's pretty good on fuel, so it fits my mission pretty good. And thank you. Mike wants to know, do you use Heligear oil in our transmission? We use Lucas Oil transmission fluid, the only transmission fluid to use at KTR. Brian wants to know, will Shadow 2.0 be sold turnkey or something best kept under wraps? Shadow 2.0 is available turnkey with big tire setup, radial tire setup, or big and radial tire setup, also rolling in either of those configurations. We've priced it out both ways, got a lot of interest in it. No, I'm not done radial tire racing. I just want to build something different. I don't even really know what I want to build yet, but I know I want to build something different. TNT Boom, are you getting alcohol funny car again this year? If I do, it'll be towards the end of the year. I do not have any time until like Thanksgiving. That's the next day off. So if I do, it'll be later in the year. I love driving that thing. Metalhead wants to know what my thoughts are on roots blowers. Love roots blowers, love screw blowers, love any kind of blower. I'm a blower guy. Sean Presley wants to know whatever happened to the orange car. There's 3 versions of the orange car. One of them is about to be back out, or it is out. The fast one, the one we set the record with in Drag Radio and RVW, is in the Middle East. They put a nitrous engine in it. That's where that thing's at now. I'm getting a lot of questions about No Mercy. We will not be racing in No Mercy, not because we don't want to be, but with COVID, NHRA moved Bristol from its normal date in June or July to that weekend. Contractual obligations, NHRA is the job, and we are excited to run our NHRA car in Bristol. We never get to run in Bristol in good air. It's always 4,000 or 5,000 feet. I'm hoping at Bristol in October, we could get some supercharger air and run pretty good. So that's going to be a fun race for us. I'm excited to see what we can run there in October. And I can't wait to go back radio racing next time as a radio tire race. But that's the No Mercy stuff. All right, let's talk about Charlotte. Let's talk about race cap in Charlotte. We sucked in Charlotte. We ran all right. We qualified 7th with a 580 at 248. Had a really good car. We weren't the fastest car, but we were a couple hundredths off. I think we had either the quickest roots blown car combination, or maybe Jason Scruggs beat me by a couple of thou. I think it was actually 1 thou behind. We had a really good car. We drug that thing up there, E1 against JR, and every once in a while, every 1,000 runs, you'll have a mental glitch, and I just let go of the button. First round went red, 144. I have no excuse for that or as to why that happened. I think I know what happened. It was a staging sequence thing with the way the bottom light turned on. I thought I was in. I thought it was latched. It went off. I took a big bite, got in, and just had a brain freeze. And I hate it for not only our Bahrain 1 team, but for all the fans that came out to support us at this race. We had a pit full of people.
Parachute jump activity, Mid-Carolina Regional Airport, 1 minute.
There's some parachute jumpers that we do not want to run over. We had a lot of folks there at this race, a lot of sponsors, a lot of fans, a lot of friends, a lot of family. and I hate not let you guys down that you come all this way to watch us stink. Our nitrous car went to the semis with Jeffrey Barker driving, went low ET of the event. Really close race, ended up losing by 4th thou in the semis to Jose Gonzalez, who ended up winning the race again. And all in all, it was a decent showing for our Bahrain 1 team. We did not perform the way that we show up to perform. We're going to make some changes, and we are going to Dallas. All of our cars that show up in Dallas, we have a chip on our shoulders, and we are going to try to win Dallas. We are, I think, 7 or 8 rounds out of the points lead. It's not looking good. Not to say it's not possible, but it's not probable. But that does not mean we can't make their life miserable and continue to learn to build our program.
Seabird 3580 heavy, turn right, heading 300.
Heading 300, Seabird 3580 heavy.
So you guys do not give up on us. We are not a team. We're not a mediocre mid-pack team. We're coming to get that trophy. It was we are not giving up on this season, but we absolutely I want to make it 100% miserable for anybody else that we race for the rest of the year. Did anybody see the gender reveal in Q2?
November 46 Julie.
It looks like we're flying into a very ominous looking weather pattern. See if we can get a little footage of what we're about to go into. Oh yeah, it was a dark and stormy night. Alright, that's about all I got. I guess we can just go flying. I'll do like a little rap deal, that way Matt will have something to rap, and then I'll just take you guys flying with me. Thank you guys for tooling in. Like Tim the Tool Man. Thank you guys for tuning in to Up in the Air, episode number 2 with Stevie Fast Jackson, and we'll see you at the next race. Or we'll see you in there. We'll see you in the shop. We'll see you testing. See you on the shooting range. See you in the bar. See you sometime.
But wait! There's more!
God, this is long. Matt's going to hate me for this. Matt's going to be editing this for like 19 days. Alright, scheduling. Let's talk about scheduling. I forgot. Our next race, we will see you guys in Midwest Tulsa. Oh, I got Grudge Race update. Not doing a good job. Okay. We have Midwest Tulsa coming up with the J&A Jim Whiteley Corvette. We're going to go smash Keith Haney completely into the ground at that event. DDT him to make sure he never wants to race again. Then we leave there Monday night, 10 p.m. at the Texas Motorplex in Dallas and Ennis. We're running Bubba Stanley.
Coach 1190515, 1915.
That was me. Was that 1915 for AJ46 Juliet?
That's correct.
1915, AJ46 Juliet. Thank you, Tom. All right. So, we will crush Bubba Stanton on Monday night. That's a big grudge race. We also have locked in with Frankie Taylor on Tuesday of the race. I think it's Q2 of the race. Decent sized grudge race with Frankie Taylor. He wanted to, like, just race us. So, he come to us and said he wanted to race. KTR photography going on right here. This is not VFR flying conditions. We have a side bet with the Jones boys. Brandon Pez is running one of the Jones cars at the race in Dallas. We have a side bet with them on who's going to go the furthest in the event. If we race each other, it's a heads-up grudge race. If not, it's whoever goes furthest. So that's a good race. Shadow's got 3 pretty substantial bets. So we're gonna hopefully go sweep Texas with all those. All you folks that are KTR haters, leave your mom's basement, get all your Cheetos up, and come to Dallas and bet with all the people that are racing against us so we can get the pots up. I've heard that we're gonna have some folks trying to strong arm us in the financial department. We're gonna see if we can stop that from happening. So that's pretty good. Bubba Stan, Frankie Taylor, race with the Jones Pez car in Dallas. NHRA Dallas with NHRA car, and then we'll buzz out of there and get to the rest of the season. So it's going to be pretty exciting next few weeks for us. Let's descend. What do we say? Who wants to go down and land? All right, one thing I can tell you from my piloting career that most people will agree with you that fly planes, is taking off is the easy part. Landing the dang thing is the hard part. Bill Schuler always says before we take off, every single time, let's not have any unintentional landings. And what he means is, if you take off, you are going to land. You just got to decide if you're landing where and when you want to. So, see if we can avoid any unintentional landings. We can park this unit on the Purparooski.
Thompson McDuffie, traffic 223 Charlie Kilo, turning southwest, runway 10, Thompson McDuffie.
Alright, that's the airplane that I learned how to fly in. 223 Charlie Kilo. It's a Cessna 172. It's a wonderful plane, and it's great flying 172. Looks like they're in the pattern. Probably got a student in there, landing at 10, so we're going to see if we can sneak in there and land with him. I don't have my ADS-B. Either my traffic is not working, or he's got his transponder off. Thompson, whatever traffic, Bonanza 8046 Juliet, entering downwind, runway 10, be a full stop, Thompson. Home sweet home. Alright, we gotta slow us down. Pull her down into gear range. Get a little bumperooski. Always fun when that happens. Thompson, Philadelphia traffic, Bonanza 8046 Juliet, turning base 10, Thompson. Thompson, Philadelphia traffic, Bonanza 8046 Juliet, turning final, runway 10, full stop, Thompson, go. Alright, 3 greens over the fence. Fixture's full, Rich. Tank is on the fullest 500. Tank. We are high. Which means you got to pull some throttle and get our ass down. Seatbelt's locked. Props full forward. Count flaps are open. It's called the gums check. Things looking pretty good. Pretty smooth. We're dead on glide slope. Got this runway made, doing 90 knots. We'll drop a little power out. Flare this bad boy. Just keep flying. Arr, arr. Bark like a seal. Flaps come up, air conditioner comes on. And that, friends, is a textbook landing. Well, I'm sure I'll get a bunch of aviation guys that tell me I did all that wrong, but I always say any landing that you can walk away from was a good one. Thompson, heavy traffic, Bonanza 8046 Juliet to clear the active. Thompson. All right, folks, we're about to hangar this unit, have a beverage, and then head back to the shop to go to work. Thank you guys for tuning in for Up in the Air, or Up in the Air, or In the Air, or some kind of air with Stevie Fast. See you guys next time.